Today, on Why Do We Need to Know This?, we'll learn that we can find the area of a rectangle by counting squares. We can also find the area of a rectangle by using a formula. And that this knowledge can help us cover a wall with posters, make padding for somersaults, and even make a cape.
Hey, Adesina.
Hey, April. Hi, Marcos.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just using math to make a cape. I'm gonna wear it to a costume party.
You're using math to make a cape.
Yes? How do you think I made this cape?
You pulled curtains off a wall?
Nope. I calculated how many of these squares I needed to make it by understanding area.
Okay, but I don't need to make a cape. Why do I need to know this?
Understanding area can help us cover a wall with posters, make padding for somersaults, and even make a cape. Let's explore. Let's see how learning about area can help us do somersaults. See this gym mat here? How many square pads is it made of?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's right. Area is just the amount of space inside of a flat shape. Since this rectangular mat is a flat shape, we can say that its area is 8 squares.
So in this case, area is just the number of squares inside the shape.
Exactly, though more specifically, we call each square a square unit.
Okay, so the area of the full mat is 8 square units.
Correct.
Wait a minute. If I move one of the pads over here so that it's no longer a rectangle, would the area still be 8 square units?
I think so, because this new shape is still made of 8 square units.
You got it. Now, can you change what we have here to make a mat with an area of 12 square units?
If the area now is 8 square units, we just need to add 4 more squares to make the shape with 12 square units.
Yes, go for it.
And now we have an area of 12 square units.
Well done. Now, what if we take away 5 squares?
If we take away 5 squares, the area of the new shape would just be 12 minus 5, which is 7. So the new shape has an area of 7 square units.
Excellent. All right, one more to really challenge you. Look at this shape. Can you tell me what its area is?
I think we can do the same thing. Just add up all the squares to find the area in square units.
This shape is made of 24 squares, so its area is 24 square units.
Brilliant. As long as each of the squares in the figure are the same size, they each represent 1 square unit. All you have to do is count the squares inside the shape. Now, let's somersault.
Come on, Adesina, you got this.
Woo! Perfect 10. Understanding area can also help us make capes. Using what you learned so far, what's the area of this cape?
It's 12 square units. All I had to do was count the number of squares.
Right. Now, you can make your own cape that has the same area as mine.
Can we make them any shape we want?
Sure, get creative, have fun.
Finished.
Great. Take a look at these different shapes. What do they all have in common?
My cape is a rectangle that is long and thin. His cape is short and wide.
But even though they look different, they all have the same number of square units. So they all have the same area.
Exactly. With our capes, we'll call our superhero team Defenders of the Area. Anyway, Now, let's try changing the shape of your capes so they're not rectangles anymore. Great. What do these capes have in common now?
Even though all three are completely different shapes, they all still have an area of 12 square units.
That's right. And how could you make a cape with a larger area?
We would add more square units.
And to make a shape with a smaller area, we would remove square units.
Very good. With our new capes, we are now called the Equal Area Defenders of Math!
Yeah, that's not gonna work. We need a better name.
Better poses too.
Understanding area can help us put up our favorite posters.
These are very artsy.
Why, thank you. How many posters do you think we'll need to cover this part of the wall?
I'm not sure. Let's put them up and find out.
Looks like we're done.
Yes.
Woo!
It looks like we put up 20 posters.
Right. Can you think of a faster way to find that out instead of counting all 20 one by one?
Ooh, I have an idea. These posters are in rows and columns, like an array.
Oh yeah, there are 5 posters in a row, and there are 4 rows of them.
So that would be 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, which equals 20 posters.
Or we can do that by multiplying 4 times 5, which is 20.
Well done. And you can find that out even without putting up all the posters.
Wait, so we didn't even need to do that?
Nope. If this part of the wall is 5 square posters wide and 4 square posters tall, then you can multiply 4 times 5 to find the area.
Does that always work?
It always works for rectangles, which includes squares too.
So we can just multiply the number of units along the length and width of the shape?
Yes, we can show that in the following math formula. Area equals length times width. A stands for area, L for length, and W is for width.
Cool. Let's practice with another example. To find the area of this rectangle, all I have to do is count along the length, which is 7 units, then the width, which is 10 units. Now I just multiply 7 times 10, which is 70 square units. That's the same answer you would get if you counted them one at a time.
Let's use the area formula with this shape, which is a perfect square. It is 6 units in length and 6 units wide. To find the area, I multiply 6 times 6, which is equal to 36. So the area of this square is 36 square units.
Great job! April, wait, what are you doing?
Just practicing area.
Understanding area can help us make pixel art. Go ahead and make any shape you want. Looks like an L shape. Nice. Now, what would you say is the area of this L?
Can we use the formula for area to figure this out?
Well, remember that length times width only works for rectangles and squares.
Oh, I have an idea. We can split the shape into 2 parts, which makes them both rectangles.
Then we can find the area of the 2 parts separately and add them together.
Excellent idea. Try it.
This larger section is 2 units wide and 7 units long. So 7 times 2 is 14 square units.
And the smaller section is 3 units wide and 2 units long. 3 times 2 equals 6 square units. Now let's add the area of the 2 rectangles together. 14 plus 6 equals 20 posters.
Nice. Let's try a more difficult shape. Let's make an H next. Great. Now, how can you find the area of this shape?
We need to split it into rectangles to use the formula. But I don't see how an H can be split into 2 rectangles.
Oh, what if we split it into 3 pieces by separating the sides of the H like this?
Go ahead and find the area of each section and then add them all up to find the total area.
Okay, the rectangle on the left is 8 units long and 2 units wide. 8 times 2 is 16, so its area is 16 square units.
And the rectangle on the other side is also 8 units long and 2 units wide. So its area is 16 square units as well.
Now let's find the area of the third rectangle. It is 2 units long, 3 units wide. 2 times 3 equals 6, so its area is 6 square units.
Now we just add up the area of all 3 parts. 16 plus 16 plus 6, which equals 38 square units.
Wow, you're both area experts. Now it's time to wonder why.
Today, I want to know, why is it that we measure area in square units? What exactly is a square unit?
A square unit is a square that is 1 unit long and 1 unit wide. So its area is 1 square unit.
We used square units today because it made the concept more understandable. But in real life, we often use measurements, like square centimeters and square inches.
1 square centimeter is 1 centimeter long and 1 centimeter wide.
1 square inch is 1 inch long and 1 inch wide.
And 1 square meter is 1 meter long and 1 meter wide.
These different size squares help us measure things in real life. For example, if we have a door that's 3 meters tall and 2 meters wide, its area is 3 times 2, which is 6 square meters.
And this book that's 9 inches long and 6 inches wide would have an area that's 9 times 6, which is 54 square inches.
So you use the same process, no matter what the unit is.
Thanks, April and Marcos. Now let's review.
Today, we learned that we can find the area of a rectangle by counting squares.
That we can also find the area of a rectangle by using a formula.
And that this knowledge can help us cover a wall with posters, make padding for somersaults, and even make a cape.
And now you know why you need to know this. I'm Adesina.
I'm April.
I'm Marcos.
And remember, until next time,
Always question, always wonder.